So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Hey, what can I do for you this fine day?
This is your destiny. Hot, hot, hot.
Right now.
Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Kick it.
Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Well, good. Hey, what's up? It's your girl LaTangela, and thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to hang out with me for another episode of the LaTangela Show. While we'll chit about this and we'll chat about that, I am the queen of random research, so I had to dig deep to figure out which side of the survey will you pop up. Yay, nay, somewhere in between? I'm always somewhere between here and there. However, I would love for you to chime in. Of course, you can always find me on the Twitter alert at LaTangela Fay. And all of my links are posted at latangela.com. Now, throughout the week, we have so many different ways to stay in touch, stay connected, and I want you to check me out Monday through Fridays, as I am the voice inside your speaker box with Baton Rouge's official #1 for hip hop and R&B, Max 94.1, which is WEMX-FM. And on Wednesday nights, you know what it is. I am your official hostess of the Louisiana Film Network. Absolutely loving it. Dr. Fry and the team, they're giving me the green light to highlight a lot of our different filmmakers, the arts, the craft, the culture of Louisiana, and we're doing that across the globe. Just giving them a little sprinkle of our magic here and there. Now look, once you're logged in, I want to hear from you. You never know who's going to be in the hot seat or on the tan line. And if you would like to be a guest, let's make it happen. We're going to wrap up 2020 really soon. Here it is. We're in the holiday season already. And I have some random research coming up on that as well. But what we're talking about the holidays and things that we need to keep top of mind. What will it look like this year? Dear 2020, the pandemic has rocked us one way or another. And we're coming up on the Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. And you're hearing all of our elected officials saying one thing while we're watching these numbers do something different. Right now, we're still in phase 3. Phase 3 with these numbers skyrocketing the way they are. Are you still practicing social distancing? Because it's important, and we need to make sure that you're doing that. Wearing your face coverings, wearing your mask, it's important. Sitting here looking at some of the major concerns that we're talking about, just making sure that you're looking out for yourselves, looking out for your loved ones, because it is important. And we've seen a lot come across the globe for 2020, and just a ray of sunlight. It actually found me when we were looking at different ways that people were pulling together to make a difference, especially during this holiday season. A lot of layoffs happened. And a couple of weeks ago, I had the opportunity to do a broadcast with Johnson Staffing. Now with that, I want you to put this number on speed dial. It's 225-427-9166. Johnson Staffing. I want to say thank you to their team for, 1, putting in the work, 2, recognizing that we have so many skilled professionals out and about that's willing to work. We just need a guide, and they are definitely being that guide. Johnson Staffing, 225-427-9166. They're right here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, but they're hiring for clerical workers. They're hiring for warehouse workers, forklift operators, and they even have the CDL classes A and B that kicks off every Tuesday, right? And the classes are from Tuesday through Saturday, so it's worth the call. It's worth getting the information. 225-427-9166, Johnson Staffing. And be sure to tell them that your girl LaTangela sent you for the field trip, because I'm putting in the want ads. I'm trying to help you get this job. Hey, speaking of getting the job done, who that said they're gonna beat them Saints? Well, it sure wasn't them dirty birds. It was not. They actually pulled off the win. Not that we were surprised. We were delighted, but we were not surprised. However, Drew Brees, he will be out for a while. And wow, when I say wishing him a speedy recovery, some of his injuries included 11 fractured ribs. Nope, that's a whole lot going on. And also, speaking of the ouch detector, the world watched as Joe Burrow was actually carted off the field. A lot is going on with that, but we're wishing him a speedy recovery as well. Hey, look, let's get into it. Some of this random research. SWNS, I haven't picked on you in a while, so I wanted to dig deep just to see. 'Tis the season. Holidays are upon us, my friend. Well, what are we going to do? Some of us say that we actually dread the holidays, and they have the top reasons why. Now, if I had to ask you, what are some of the things you dread about the holiday season? Give it 30 seconds or less. What would you come up with? Is it the traveling? Is it the annoying family member? Is it the auntie that's going to bring that nasty macaroni with no cheese? Like, what are some of the things you dread about the holiday season? Well, some of the top things included doing so many dishes. Now, let me help you out. You come into my house for the holidays, there will be a plethora of plastic plates, paper cups. I mean, just utensils. Who washing these dishes? Nobody. Not over here. Okay, cleaning your home before and afterwards if you're hosting. Okay, prepping the food also makes the list of things we dread for the holiday season. Now, that's one of my favorites. Prepping the food. Now, I'm cooking like I have an army and I have nobody here to feed. So, yeah, I need some of those taste testers. If you're out and about, you're hungry, trust hand with the pots and pans. Okay, cleaning the table after dinner. Shopping makes the top 10. Waiting for everything to be ready. Now, I'm here for you with that one. Is that dressing done yet? And I know I'm at the wrong house. If you call your cornbread dressing, stuff it. I know I ain't supposed to be here. Matter of fact, nobody's supposed to be here. Okay, wait. This makes the list. The things that we dread about the holidays. Too much noise. Okay, well, I don't wait for the holidays for that. I make enough noise all year round. Waking up early to get it all done. Well, we say we're going to wake up early to get it done, but the food won't be ready till 5 o'clock anyway. And we know this. Also making the top 10 on the things we dread about the holiday season. Dealing with difficult family members. Now, how that came in number 9 on the top 10, I'll never know. If that don't come in at 1, 2, and 3, who are you surveying? And last but not least, being the host. Because you don't want to be in host mode all day. You got to make sure you good. You want something else to drink? Want something else to eat? Well, see, that makes me happy, though. All right, well, we'll see. But now that we're having so many restrictions placed on us for the large gatherings, maybe we'll just have to Zoom and say, hey, look, we're going to cheers and toast it up. Nothing else. I'm coming with the cornbread dressing and the disco balls. 'Tis the season. Okay, so wait a second. I had to dig deep for some of the did you know facts. Some of the things that I'm going to read, you probably have no use. None whatsoever. However, I felt smarter one way or the other after I read it. And if I read it, I got to tell it to somebody, and I might as well tell it to you. Did you know it's illegal to only own one guinea pig in Switzerland? Right. Guinea pigs get lonely, so they say if you're going to get one, you have to get 2. That's why it's illegal to only have one guinea pig in Switzerland. Okay, now you know. Did you know there are only 2 words in the English language that ends in gry? That's G-R-Y. That's angry and hungry. Can you see the relation there? Okay, now you know. Did you know that Jupiter is the oldest planet in the solar system? Now you know. Okay, here's something that you may have thought about as you were planning names or just thinking about it randomly. Did you know that E is the most common letter in the English dictionary, followed by A, R, I, and O? However, Q is the least common, followed by J, Z, X, and V. Now you know. Okay, so here's one that we talked about before, but now it makes complete sense. Did you know that there is no difference between the Slurpee and an Icy? None whatsoever. They're both made by the Icy company, 7-Eleven just has a licensing deal to call them Slurpees. Now I feel like I've been hoodwinked. So you over here talking about, you want a Slurpee or you want an icy? It's 2 for 1. It's the same thing. That's almost like saying you don't like chocolate, but you eat red velvet. You do know red velvet is chocolate, right? The more you know. Did you know that the designer who created the NBA logo also made the 1040 Easy tax form? I guess he just wanted to make sure he got his money right. I'm with that, okay? Now on to the next. Well, my friends over at Zippia, they have a new study. They've been over here looking at Google Trends, and the data has been trying to help us figure out the most popular Thanksgiving dish by state. So what's the most popular Thanksgiving dish in your area? Like if you're showing up, what is it that you're coming for? Some will say the turkey. Some will say the dressing. Some will say the green beans. And then when you say green beans, I got questions. Are they snap beans? Or are they the really cooked, smothered beans with a little smidge of potatoes? And sometimes your grandmother put a little meat in it. Like, I need to know what type of green beans are we talking about. Because, you know, it's the holidays. And we look forward to these. These become staples, right? Well, mashed potatoes were the most popular, and they won 10 states. Stuffing or dressing, depending on whatever it is you want to call it, came in second, winning 8 states. And after that, there was only like a 2-way tie with mac and cheese and green bean casserole, each winning 7 states. Green bean casserole has never made the top of any of my list. However, I see where you're coming from. According to my friends over at PR Newswire, 56% of Americans are actually still traveling throughout this holiday season. You know, a lot of people are slowing down because of COVID, like really slowing down. It's dangerous to travel. And families should be more understanding when you say, I cannot make it. I'm not going to be able to take this field trip to see you this holiday season, but 2021, I'll be there. You know? Well, according to it, it says that the pandemic is the perfect excuse to say, now is the time we're going to skip out on this one, just catch up on a little rest at the house. But people are not taking advantage of the situation and being safe as possible. According to data from TripAdvisor, 56% of Americans are still going to travel this year for the holidays. That's down only 14% from last year. Now you would think with all of these numbers and all of these cases and all of these concerns wrapped around COVID, it wouldn't be such a high number of people willing to travel, but it's down only 14% from last year. So only 14% of the people who traveled last year saw what's going on this year and said, I'm gonna sit this one out. Okay, I got more questions that need answers, but we're just gonna sit this right here. Are you planning on traveling this holiday season? Where are you going? I want to know. Hit me up on the Twitter alert at LaTangela Fay. And of course, you can always find my links posted at latangela.com. With that, only 11% will fly, and more than 3/4 will drive because they feel driving is safer. 22% say that they're staying in a hotel or Airbnb so they can get some safe distance from friends and family. And people are looking for less busy days to travel, like the weekend before Thanksgiving or the holiday itself. Now, according to the reports, they also state that 24% are only going to spend one night away, and people are avoiding big cities, with New York, New Orleans, Los Angeles seeing the biggest drop in hotel bookings over Thanksgiving compared to last year. Now, they're not saying that it's going to be down for Christmas, so if you're planning for Christmas or New Year's Eve, are you willing to risk it for the holiday season? Hit me up, Twitter alert at LaTangela Fay. If 2020 hasn't taught us anything else, I think we've all walked away with a valuable lesson of not being materialistic, not taking life for granted, not placing things before people, right? Well, I would think so, but according to NBC5 in Dallas, priorities are everything, and Neiman Marcus say, I got you covered. Now, they have their annual fantasy gifts list. Have you ever heard of it? Every year, Neiman Marcus come out with this fantasy gift list, and this year they said, we're not going to skip it because of a pandemic. We're going to drop this list. We're going to be a fantasy gift, and we hope to see you in the store sometime soon. Well, what makes the list? Is it Lysol? Is it a mask? Some of the items actually include an Airstream type trailer. And I'm trying to figure that out. But then as I moved further down the list, it has $95,000 in custom hats. Okay, Neiman Marcus is doing this, and it's their 94th annual special list of the Christmas catalog. Some of the fantasy items. And I wanted to break it down by cost because I can't make this stuff up. This very well may be on your list. A $255,000 luxury Airstream style trailer with, quote, yacht grade finishes, end quote. Also on that list, a $95,000 collection of custom made hats. So it's not just one, it's the actual custom collection for $95,000. Also on that list, a $145,000 custom board game room. And topping the list, you have a $295,000 custom library of travel books. I kind of need to see what's in those books. I kind of do. Also on the list, they have a $345,000 wellness program that includes a week at a resort and monthly video chats with experts to make sure you're sticking with the diet that they created for you. I'm at a loss for words. Like, at this point, I don't even know what to say. Other than somebody's actually looking at this list thinking, you know, that's a good idea. Get out of here. Okay, so in more sensible news, man, look, a new survey found that almost everyone who found a smidge of arts and craft during this quarantine season, they're planning to gift you that for the holidays. I think that's an amazing gesture. Because here it is. I have become the queen of arts and crafts and do-it-yourself projects all quarantine. I really have. From building bookshelves to baking some of my favorite recipes, messing with some of these ivories and gaining a green thumb. Like, I think that gifts from the heart should be what matters the most. And according to the new survey, 85% who made something say that they will give someone on their list a homemade gift this year. Now, I think you should be happy with that. And I think that's something that you should consider doing as well. Now, the top items, according to Google, that we made while we were stuck at home for this quarantine includes baked goods, artwork, photo albums, and things you knit like sweaters and blankets. Now, this year, the bookshelf has been like my task. The desk has been my task. Growing a plant and managing to keep it green. Hey, I might have to give you a flowered pot and tell you, let the games begin. Now, I haven't bothered my friends over at Huffington Post in a while. So I stumbled upon this new research that they have, and I thought it would definitely be worth sharing. Here are some of the most unusual names that parents picked for their babies last year. Now, according to the Social Security Administration, they said this kind of rang an alarm. I don't know if it's in a good way, bad way, whatever. It's these people babies, and you can't tell them what to or what not to name their kids. However, you can raise an eyebrow and say, are you sure? Is it the medication? You want us to come back and ask you again tomorrow? Day after? Almost all of these names went to more than 5 babies. So their mom was not the only one on this brainwave. Coming in at number 1 of most unusual names, I'm not surprised, Cinderella. Coming in at number 2, Mama. Who named their baby Mama? Dairy tops that list of unusual names that parents gave their children last year. Dairy. Iceland. Hey, Iceland. MacGyver. Just knew your baby was going to learn how to figure it out and make it work, huh? Attila. Atilla, also made the list of most unusual names that parents gave their children last year. Okay. Now, I'm not sure how this one is going to look on anybody's job application, college application, or even for roll call in kindergarten. Infant boy? Is there an infant boy in the class? Infant boy Jones. Infant boy Buckley. Who named their baby infant boy? Okay, oh wow. This is one of concern. Rambo. One of the most unusual names given to children last year, according to the Social Security Department. Rambo tops the list. Prince Charles, all in one word, Prince Charles. Should just name the baby Prince Charming. Okay, and here's last but not least, rounding it off at top 10, Subaru. Subaru. Parents are getting creative. These children will never find their name on a name tag. It's cool. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. But according to the Social Security Department, they said this is just a little concerning. Parents, how creative must one be before we say Maybe we should just name our child Coming to you 2021, 2022, I would not doubt it at all. I guess they were determined not to have their kids in the classroom being the next Jennifer, Stacy, Ashley. You know, I mean, they wanted to be unique. You going out there and leave your print in the world, baby. Please do. Now look, some of your folks are making headline news for all the wrong reasons. According to Hindustan Times, a guy decided that he wanted to sell his car. There's no harm in that, right? Maybe he wanted to get something new. But then, after he sold it, he decided to steal it back. Yeah, making headline news for all the wrong reasons. This seems like a really obvious way to steal a car, but I'm not surprised that it happened. There's a 28-year-old guy named Montama Taigi. Now, he's in India, and he recently sold his used car to a guy for about $3,500. Said that he needed to unload the car. Not that he didn't need it, he just needed the money. Well, he decided to add a GPS to the car before he sold it. He tracked the movement, and the day after he sold it, he tracked it down and stole the car back with a spare set of keys. The police caught on. They went by his house, and there it is. The car is parked in the front yard, and they realized that he pulled the same scam at least 7 times within the last 2 years. The boy is on to something here. You know what I mean? Like, really? Needless to say, he's been arrested on several charges, and I'm pretty sure this will be the last time he pulls that little stunt. Yeah, got to be more careful. You just got to be more careful. Hey, look, what's on your shelf? I would love to add my latest edition of my book collection to your shelf. Poof. Power Over Obstacles Forever, inked by yours truly. It's my 4th book, and I would love for you to slide in my DMs, right? The next 4 people to slide in my DMs, I'm going to hook you up. All you have to do is use the hashtag TeaTimeWithTan. TeaTimeWithTan. And I'm going to gift you a copy of my new book, Poof, Power Over Obstacles Forever. Now, of course, as you stumble through the pages, you'll find some of my favorite chapters. And talking about it, just new beginning, the new birth, growing pains, pain in motion, power over stress, power over the enemy, the gain of loss, and power of prayer. Some of the chapters in my book, Poof. I would love for you to check that out. Of course, you can log on to Amazon, or you can just log on to LaTangela.com. All of my links are there. Coming up, I do have the inside scoop as of how you could be a guest on the show. I would love to hear from you on some of the wonderful things that you have popping off in the world, making the corner of the world a better place one day at a time. Please feel free to hit me up on the link, LaTangela.com. Let's chat. Now, I got to get up and get out of here. I got some more work to do. But I tell you this, I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Yep. Hey. Na, 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 na. I like to call this some of that feel-good music. Rock with me. The sunrise, and I look into your eyes. Now I feel what I never felt. What a surprise. What a surprise. I searched high and I searched low, 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 low. Been trying to find love, and so much more. Poof. You've been there all along, and I never knew it. But now I do. 3, 2, 1, countdown. Next 30 seconds dedicated to you. Gotta take this time to say what I'm feeling, boo. You have been the missing link to me. Now I can see it all so clear for me. Right by my side from day one. How could I be searching for another one? It's been you and me all along. You've been the inspiration to my favorite song. All that I've been looking for. Peace of love and so much more. You've been there all along, and I never knew. But now I do. Now I do, babe. Now I do, babe.
Going over all little stuff, sometimes with no kind of help. Digging through the soul to the core, knowing there's so much more than the block posted right in front of you. Got me praying, asking God, now what we gon' do? People stressing me, got the devil out here just vexing me. I'm trying to rep thee, yo, tell them let me be. Barriers, I'm breaking barriers. While I'm singing and rhyming and rapping and humming like they never seen it coming. Skipping to the beat of my own drumming, yo, they can't tell me nothing. Positive vibes only, or I'd rather sit here lonely. Shout out to the ones who never gave up on me while I'm singing and rhyming and rapping and humming like they never seen it coming. Skipping to the beat of my own drumming, yo, they can't tell me nothing. I'm not fighting for attention, I'm my own competition. Yeah, I'd rather sit here lonely. Even when the skies are gray, ain't nothing going your way. You keep your head held high, make them hear you say barriers, I'm breaking barriers. Barriers, barriers. No matter what it looks like right in front of you, near you, it's nothing compared to the visions promised you. You got the cattle on 1,000 hills, the place where broken hearts go to heal. Not quite sure how to really feel. Love versus hate, oh no, it don't relate. I can't hear what you're saying if you're speaking negativity. You're not adding to my creativity. Test me, challenge me, you think that you can handle me? Barriers, I'm breaking barriers. Barriers, I'm breaking barriers. Barriers, 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 I'm breaking barriers. You gotta give it your all, fighting through it all. Don't you be afraid to fall, keep standing tall. Barriers, I'm breaking barriers. Barriers, barriers. It's my calling, that's why I ain't falling. No matter how much you hate, I ain't stalling. I went through the fire and he rescued me. I jumped in the water and he baptized me. Tried to run from it all, he wouldn't let me flee. I say, Lord, I sure know you got me graciously. Just hold me tight, turn my wrongs to right. Guide me through the night and let me see the light. Barriers, I'm breaking barriers. Barriers, I'm breaking barriers. Barriers, I'm breaking barriers. Barriers, I'm breaking barriers. You gotta give it your all, fighting through it all. Don't you be afraid to fall, keep standing tall.